Texas A&M Aggies, the Core Cadets, the world-famous 12th man, Lady Reveille, and from early indications, a whole throng of Aggies ready to make some noise. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Vanderbilt Commodores. Taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Commodores will put total leather to crank us up. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the returner is stopped. The Aggies will be in a hole thanks to that short return. And here he is, one of the best receivers in the game, and he just commands attention, both from the defense and from the fans.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to keep your eye on, and you're going to see him line up all over the field in this game. He can play in the slot, he can play out wide, he can run the entire gamut in the route tree as well. Really nothing this guy can't do.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
Spider! Roll it! Check!
They'll try the run. Breaks the tackle. Good pickup on the ground there. Give him 5 to the 16-yard line.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The Commodores offense will get the ball for the first time. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes. You better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. The quarterback scrambled around, and the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
Awesome job by the defense. Not only getting the fast quarterback on the ground, but understanding what he wants to do. He can take off. I got to make sure I got good pursuit angles, and I got to make sure I build rails. I can't let him outside. I got to keep him in the pocket. He tries to get outside. They get the sack and get the huge loss on that play.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Man, they can barely see the first down marker from there, but they'll go for it on 4th. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Line gets set, first down. fast motion from the offense. Off the play fake on first down. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Big 3rd down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. Back to pass. It's Reed trying to get to it. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's cut. The Commodores will call on their punt team. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Corners are going to bail. On the run, it's Daniels.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Reed. Fires to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. And the short completion brings up 2nd down. Wide receiver shows motion. On the move. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Got his man quickly. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. They're going to run it. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
Your 1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance, and right here just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The run up the middle, looking for the score. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps.
And it's caught! Touchdown, Aggie! When this place gets loud, it starts to sway. They've renovated, reinforced, and still the rafters shoulders are shaking.
Yeah, and they still come out, and they still got the 12th man tradition. There's so many traditions at this school, and that's why they support and they love their team, and people want to come play here.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. Still on his feet at the 45. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a 1st down for this offense. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Motion from the offense. Looks as if he's going to run it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. And the Commodores looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Wide out in motion. The option look. He'll pitch it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Commodores. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, the tight end's trying to work the middle of the field. Nobody even close to him in coverage. It's not going to get any easier than that for the quarterback. That's an easy first down.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They'll line up for a second down play. These corners going to give these receivers some space. The pull and throw off the RPO. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Dropping back, it's Lagway. Makes his connection. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
What we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. But they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on third down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. Third and short, they can run the football, be physical, convert first downs. This offense has been so good on third downs.
And a decent game there before the defense makes the stop.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, and the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
The Commodores get the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. He's looking to throw it. A little screen to the running back. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time, the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. It's Lagway. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And he's got it inside the 20. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Nice strike, big play in the passing games. I tell you what, find your mismatches, find your advantages, what you do well, and do it again. And then again. And then we know how we do it again. Keep attacking.
Now the pitch. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Georgia Tech ran roughshod over the competition today on en route to a double-digit victory. And they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those gorgeous gold unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
Man, that's how you finish plays. That is absolutely beautiful by this defense. Way to play physical, not give up those extra yards to give up that first down.
A strike downfield. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. And he didn't squeeze it. It's loose. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. Lining up from the 34 on first down. He's going to pass. On the run, fires downfield. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make. And I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
To the air, it's Flagway. And he intercepts it. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now it's second and goal. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
He's down here. He does a lot of blocking. You play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield. And you lose the big guy. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost it.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
This offense has a second down play. Quarterback checking off. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. He'll ride his man on the option. At the 20, he's got space. And he's brought down after a nice game.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot. But that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got...
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Quick completion on the out route. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. He can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown Doors! And that one will give him the lead.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
Nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Trying play action. Scrambling away. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
That's one of the reasons I love this linebacker, man. He can rush the passer. He does a great job timing his blitz, and with that speed, he's able to get home quickly.
Now facing a 3rd and long.
Here we go.
Off the boot, looking for his man. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Still running at the 40. Got a lot of running room. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
And the Commodores trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Vandy.
And you love giving it to the big boy right near the goal line, plowing ahead. You know he's going to put 2 hands on the football, lower his shoulder. 2nd and goal. You don't need 3rd and goal, thanks to the big fella.
Two-point conversion attempt is coming.
Let's go!
They're going to run it. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Here he comes with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Quarterback on the keeper. And they'll stop him after a minimum pickup.
You know, the problem with calling option is that you can't limit the hits on your quarterback, and he got absolutely leveled by the defender on that one. Now you got to wonder how many more times this coordinator wants to call that play.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he can't pull the trigger, and that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We wrap it up with a sack. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 3rd down conversions, always a huge stat. They've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Commodores send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Finds his tight end. Dragged down at the 39, but he's got 5 yards, and they'll move the sticks. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Set up for second and short after that completion. Looking to throw, it's Reed. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
On fourth down, going to the air. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. On to attempt the try. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Ole Miss is down, but they are not out. Not when that crowd spent the morning in the Grove getting ready for this one. Let's see how those fans impact the rest of this game. They're trailing by just 4 to UConn. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, to get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. And the Commodores will have a first down.
Well, they came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
The Commodores will snap it on first and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
Wants to throw on second down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Well, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Man, what a drive last time, David.
And you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Pull down after a gain of 5. It's at the 9-yard line. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. To the air, it's Reed. He wants it all. Touchdown, Aggies! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. He wants to throw. He's got it. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short. Handoff from the gun. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. Here they come, first and 10 from the 48. Looking to move it through the air. He's got an open man. Across the 25, he's got room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
You've got to be impressed by what you've seen from this defensive line in the game because they're getting to the quarterback, they're getting sacks, and when they can't get there, they're putting their arms up and they're batting balls down. So impressive watching this D-line go to work.
He'll toss it. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down to... Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
On the ready.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Commodores! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
Man, and how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. This could have the earmarks of a wasted drive if they don't come up with something on second down from the 13. He's got his man. Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives him some breathing room. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Using the quick game. And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Complete downfield. And after the pickup gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the big fella. Lowers those pads. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down. Stops the clock and has them on the move, trying to get the late score.
Got it.
And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs.
Come on, set. Ready, go.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Dances away to buy time. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. He's got it. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Everybody lined up, quickly snapped and spiked to stop the clock. They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Easy.
He's looking to throw. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock. And this could prove to be the biggest play of the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. Looking to pass. It's Reed. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing. It's late in the game. You're having to throw the football. You're just trying to make something happen, and ball gets away from the quarterback. Ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
First down here for the offense. From the gun, the ground game. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try the middle. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Well, how about this one? A fun one. These guys came in as underdogs, and they walk out as the winner.
They didn't care they were unranked. That's not what they were worried about. Oh, this team's ranked. They weren't looking at them any different. They were looking to come in and get the W and execute. Great job believing they could come, Jesse, and knock them off.
Yeah, you're right, David. This team came in with something to prove, and they knew they had a national audience that was going to be paying attention to this game. What a great job going out under the lights, big-time stage against a ranked opponent, and really putting their A game out there on the field.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been